Hello everyone, it's me, SI99, aka No-Brainer. Welcome to another Star Wars Destiny video. Doesn't this look Awakenings-y, guys, right? Luke Skywalker, Admiral Akbar versus Jabba the Hutt, Darth Vader, me versus a Zion. But nope, there's some SOR stuff right there. I have SORified my Luke Akbar deck, SkyBar deck. It's probably not going to do very well, going to be even worse than it was in Awakenings because there are so many good decks in SOR that can actually do a ton of damage. But you know, I'm gonna try it out and see how this goes. Makashi training, I'm gonna keep. No, I'd rather keep force training. Force training, I'll keep. I'll just discard the rest, shuffle in. So I added a few cards. Cards like go away. There we go. Cards like Vibro Knife, of course. Cards like Guard, that sort of thing. And of course, high ground and things. 2 versus a 3. Well, he gets that if he wants. He chooses my battlefield, which is thank you very much. That allows me to actually play high ground this turn if I wished. Although it's expensive to do so. My opponent playing Jabba Vader is probably some sort of mill damage hybrid of some kind. I don't care about the ambush so much. I think the first thing for me to do, because I want to put any of these 3 upgrades I would want to put on Akbar, I'm gonna roll out Luke, which allows me to draw a card first, and I drew the all in, which isn't all that useful here. I did roll just 3 damage straight up. That's pretty good. Doubt forced me to re-roll this die. 2 damage. All right, 2 damage, which I will resolve into the Jabba, of course, because he has 2 dice on the Jabba, and the spot yellows and all that sort of stuff. Right? My turn. It was actually my turn. Alright, so since I don't have the melee side, unfortunately, from Luke showing, I can go ahead and force training here. I'm sure people figured it out. Alright, rolling out these 2. You never know, if Akbar does roll his double focus here, this is... nope. Okay, well, the +2 on the melee side, not very useful here. I'll probably end up discarding that to reroll, but I did just roll a resource on the Akbar, which does allow me to roll out the high ground. He did just do the double mill and the double disrupt though, so I can't exactly draw the take the resource whilst the disrupt is showing. So I better discard a card for this. I don't think my opponent is going to do all that much damage, so I'll discard the fieldmate to reroll. However, the problem is I do not have that many cards left in my hand per se. That roll is focus, I guess that's something. I don't have that many cards left in my hand per se because Vader will unfortunately remove one of these cards from my hand. So that's a problem right there. I'll take the resource and force him disrupt now that I've got basically no dice left. I can discard to reroll my Luke die, but I think I'll just take the Luke shields, honestly. Now I have to discard, and I will discard. I'll discard high ground, sure. And then I will claim. Gets me a resource. Would have liked to have high grounded a Vader die, but oh well. Now the 2 discard happens. Lost the Makashi train, lost the Vibro knife. Ouch. Losing those 2 those 2 sides hurts. But hey, got some good stuff going. Guard, that's always a nice one to see. However, Premonitions and double all-in is not good to see at all. Not good to see at all. So let's just roll out Luke here. This is going to be quite the whiff of a turn, really. A resource and a focus, not great here. Meanwhile, my opponent plays Blackmail. Alright, so I have to give him a resource if I want to not have that, not want to deal with that. Oh, side there, discard side there. Okay, well, no, none showing melee for me to guard with. So it looks like I'll have to give him one of my resources. 3 shields. Do I want to pay? Not paying. You get to choose. Because it's you to... Because they're both your abilities. I would only get to choose if I had something in the queue as well. Like if I was Django, say. Oh, if only. Oh, if only. Let's, he's got 4 there, so there's not much I can do. So I've got to basically discard to reroll if I want to actually do damage this turn, basically. Or I could play all in right now and go for 5, and go for 4 damage and a discard. That doesn't seem great. Premonitions is going to be worthless. I'll discard premonitions. Okay. Not much better at all. Terrible hand. That's why I was okay with discarding it. Yep. Doubt. Force me to re-roll this die again. And then you can resolve it. Resolves as a 2. At least I get to do that 2 damage. And then I can do this, grab a resource, and do 1 damage to the Jabba. Then on the next turn I can do a point of damage to Jabba again. But then he's got Vader to roll out, but I have nothing to discard for it, so that's not too terrible. Focus there, so he'll be able to get 3 damage out of that. And I have so many resources right now. I wish I had Launch Bay in this deck, but I do not. Takes a resource. He's wanting to mill me then. This is his win condition now is officially to mill. And I just drew a ton of great cards. So that's nice. Let's just play that one with the Force outright. I've got my allies the Force for 2, and I've got Rocket Launcher. He's gonna re-roll it. The 2 discard. I'll give him 1 for it. I'll give him 1 for it. Let's roll out the Luke. I can also Destiny to bring out the rocket launcher, which isn't terrible. 2 focus, which is not terrible considering my roll. Sure, but if you re-roll it, it counts as rolling the dice, so I get to choose again. Blackmail, after you roll this die. Second blackmail comes out. What do you have on this, poor Luke? Is there something like a family member in a high position? Is in a position in the Empire or something? Alright, I would love to Destiny to get out a rocket launcher on something here, but these are both not great cards, not great dice for this to work. So I'd have to focus them both first, which is unfortunate. Then he disrupts my 2, that's fine. I could have played my Allies the Force first, but I'm okay with him using up the die for that, so. I think Destiny play lightsaber on the Akbar, I guess. Then, yeah, I can only play the one card for free, so. Discard the rocket launcher. Okay, the double discard there means that basically the rest of this hand is going to be bad. Let's hit and run to roll out my Akbar, because I might as well. Hey, I got the plus side right there. That's nice. So let's do the 5. That's nice. All right. He can focus the Vader to something, or the Holocron, or something like that. Okay, he's going to discard the last card from my hand first. My ally is the Force, sure. I'm going to do this, get a resource, ping the Jabba for 1. Doing a good amount of damage here. A very good amount of damage here against this deck. However, I have 14 cards left in my deck. Which is a problem. Surprisingly, he's thinking of discarding to reroll. No, he's just going to take the shield. Yeah, okay. Discard from his hand. Oops. Lost the immobilize. All right, that's a good one to get rid of. Anything that's dice manipulation is something that I want to get rid of. Okay, he's going to do that. So he's going to be able to choose to get a power out from this. Gets out force push. Scary, scary. Plays the Sith Holocron again. Force Illusion comes out on the Jabba, which is a big problem for me. I do not have very many cards left in my deck, so I need to avoid decking myself if possible. Defensive position I just drew, that's nice. Premonition's going to be worthless. Another one with the Force is nice here. And I can always high ground. So I can play a one with the Force and start super high grounding and start super rolling this stuff. But I'm going to roll out the Akbar first. I want to keep my options open for a defensive position. There's one more rolls there, and those are some blanks right there, boy. Quite some blanks. And he's gonna feel your anger and remove my dice. I feel the anger. I need to play the one with the Force, unfortunately, if I want to actually do some damage this turn, it looks like. Which is a problem. Of course, now I can't pay, but that's a lot of mil. That's 5 mil right there. And I can't deal with that, so. Luke is forced to draw the card, though, so I pass this turn. But if he wants to resolve the mill or something, he can. Okay. Now I get to roll out the Luke and draw a card, but of course Vader can always activate, and then I lose it. Ah, that's my vibro knife. I needed my vibro knife. A 3 disrupt. Oh my god, this is not the stuff at all. Wow, okay, wow. Wow, okay, so he just let me do that. Instead of having to Vader. Cool. Discard force training straight up for a vibro knife. Although doing that did just stop me from rerolling. And I think rerolling was probably the better choice. You know, probably the better choice. Start passing. Eesh. Oh, I could have just... I could have paid to remove that die, but oh well. Let's just claim the resource. So then lose the 2. Alright, so I'm down to 8 cards. This is a problem. He's gonna get his resource, but he held me to ransom there and I'd rather claim first. Plays a fast hands on the Java. Oh god, so he'll be able to fast hands the blackmail now. He'll be able to fast hand. He's almost certain to be able to mill 2 off me before I get to make my turn, really, which is unfortunate. I just drew defensive position. I've drawn my eyes the force. Some great cards here to start with. Roll out the SkyBar. Get that vibro knife showing. Okay, vibro knife is showing. Lightsaber has not done anything this game, pretty much, but at least I have the vibro knife showing. All right, well that was a blank, so he can re-roll it, and then I get to make, and then he can fast hands it if he wishes. And he's going to fast hands remove all 3 of my resources, which prevents me from playing any of my cool stuff. But I can Destiny. To Destiny out of my eyes the Force. Which, for the sake of killing Java, might be needed here. Okay, I just drew a triple focus, and I have a ton of stuff here. Ton of damage here. This is plenty to kill off the Java, should I say. So he should really resolve that 4 discard right now. Alternatively, remove the vibro knife die, if you can remove the vibro knife die. Okay, overconfidence. Choosing that and my Luke die. Okay, so I'm going to lose the lowest. I lost the vibro knife die. That's annoying. So 4 damage is nowhere near enough to kill Jabba now, after losing that vibro knife die. I can Destiny a defensive position to prevent some damage dealt to me. I can Destiny my eyes the Force, do 6 to the Jabba, which does kill him, right? Because he's at how much is that? Wait, he lost 4, so 7. So that isn't enough. Okay. This might be strange, but that might work. But it's awkward as hell and costs me 2 cards of all the ones that I play. Alternatively, I can just Destiny a defensive position here and get rid of the mill for another day. But I'm not really getting rid of the mill, am I, because of blackmail and force push? So let's Destiny remove this to play my ally is the Force on this to turn this to the special, and this to the 2 focus, and this to the 3. And then I'm going to resolve the special into the Jabba, which puts Jabba at 2 so that he can be killed next turn with another special or a vibro knife play. Because of course I didn't want to just throw the damage into him because of the Force Illusion. He can't play that. You don't own the battlefield. I think he did that to me before. I think you've done that to me before this game. Oh well. Pretty sure he's done that to me before and removed a 3 damage. Whoops. But yeah, and now because this is a 2, I can change that to a 3 and that to a 3 and do 9 to the Vader. Okay, gives me a resource, yay. I mean, I could spend that to prevent the double mill. That would be hilarious. That still would be milled down to one card with the Vader, though. I think I need to just do all of this before Vader gets a chance to, Vader gets a chance to force push and stop all my dice. Oh, he can deflect. Of course, he's got to deflect. Alright, 3 damage does kill off the Jabba and prevents the mill. So I guess I'll do that now then. If only I had known about the 2 damage before, I would have definitely resolved and killed off some Jabba stuff. But let's resolve the 3 into the Jabba now. Oh wait, no. Fuck. Whoops. There was a reason why I wasn't doing that earlier. And now he can 4-mill me. Now I'm down to just 3 cards left in my deck. Oh yeah, that's why I wanted to throw it into the Vader and then use the unblockable damage to kill off the Jabba. Guess I'll still got that shield. Well, none of that's really useful to him. Alright. Draw my last 3. Guard is there. There's absolutely no possible way in hell that I'm going to actually be able to survive all of this milling. Really. So I better get some melee dice out there to guard with. Alright, I can guard with that 3, and I just rolled the 3 range damage on both sides there. Does he have another deflect? He's looking over his hand here. Okay, forces me to lose 2. Because of fast hands. Oh, right, yeah. Damn it, I wanted to keep guard. Alright, so... I'll roll out Akbar, I guess, and I need to be able to just start doing some serious... I need to do enough damage to kill Vader and Jabba this turn. That +2 helps. But then that special stops me. I had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on the board here. Paying 1. Man, if it wasn't for that force push. Man, if it wasn't for force push, yeah. Let's resolve the 2 to kill off the Jabba. Unless he has something to... Oh. Well, that works. All of those millions of dice. So, yeah. GG. He prevented 2 damage earlier. That 2 damage might have been actual proper damage, which should have killed Jabba. I don't know. It is. But that's basically a Dooku Jabba SORified, but with the Darth Vader instead, you know. So it's actually Vader Jabba SORified. Double blackmail is evil, and you have so much removal. Like deflect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my god, nothing but removal in this deck. Yeah. But you can remove like you can play like 14 event removals, which is insane. Fortunately, I just couldn't get my vibro knife out. Managed to discard it from my hand and stuff, so unfortunate for me. Alright, on to game 2. SkyBar, SoR. SkyBar no D is SkyBar with no defenses. I built a deck that's nothing but upgrades using Destiny, Forces Strong, Promotion, and cards like that. Not Promotion, Premonitions. Oop, don't have a second app, die. And cards like that to just have a million upgrades. Does not work in the slightest. The deck does not have the health pool to deal with that. It's only 12. But it can beat mill decks, can beat like the Padme mill deck, the second chance ammo belt deck, simply because it just you can load up on characters so hard. But even in that sort of deck where I'm drawing a card every turn with Luke, I'm also drawing a card every turn with the per tactical situation or whatever it is, which is when you activate a character, you can draw a card and then place a card on the bottom of your deck. Even with all of that, I still don't often use up Forces Strong. It's just such an uncommon card. Pretty bad. Now he's resetting the board in a very slow way. All right, let me draw and start up this. All right, Premonitions, not terrible to start with. Makashi Training, decent to start with. The Double Field Medic, and no thank you. And I'll get rid of the lightsaber as well. Opponent isn't trying to do damage to me here. So, oh, okay, the second Premonitions. I can double Premonition and Makashi Training right at the very start of the game, if I wished. Not that useful, though, other than that. Unfortunately, I did not draw any higher cost cards. Guess I wish I kept my lightsaber. But Premonitions being just a 2 free resources sounds good to me. My opponent just rolled really well. This dice should not exist, but whatever. He had an extra force push die. And he chose mine again. Okay, cool. Apparently. Apparently. Alright, I guess I'll use the Premonitions up here. 2 resources is fine here. Our Premonitions. Okay. I'll play that on the Luke. 2 free resources! Yeah! Not a great use of Premonitions, really, but it's better than nothing. Discard the hit and run. Well, Immobilize will be able... Because, that's also was 2 rerolls, right? So... that's a lot of damage, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good indeed. And I just rolled the double focus. Alright, so this is a great turn 1. An absolutely fantastic turn 1 right here. I could, if I wanted to, remove these dice, like remove the disrupt there, but no. Let's go ahead and do 8. I could also Makashi Training, but no, let's go ahead and do 8. Let's just do 8 to the Jabba there. I want to avoid as much milling as possible. It actually worked. Didn't have a high chance of that being as an event that cost 1 or less, but he took it. I guess he wanted to know if it was worth trying to, I don't know, trying to go for a mill or something if it was a great card to keep in hand, but of course it wouldn't be because otherwise I'd have premonitioned it, right? It's gonna take the resource, sure. Definitely going all in on the mill strategy. I turn into resources. Alright, so I can get another Makashi training out. Which sounds brilliant to me. So sure, I will. And I have Destiny to get out a lightsaber on the app bar. Oh, Fast Hands comes out on the Java. That's terrifying right there. Forced me just discard two. Oh, Luke forced me to draw a card. I didn't draw a card last turn. Whoops. I could have activated Luke to draw and draw on something better than a Premonitions, perhaps. Alright, there goes that. There goes that die. I can Destiny though, and use them to get stuff. I think Destinying one Makashi's training to get out of force training sounds fine to me because it does have that focus side. I can also pay one to turn it into a lightsaber, but then I can't lightsaber, so I can't spend the 1 for the 3 damage for the lightsaber. Well, he just did a double mill. Lost the lightsaber, lost the field medic. And I'm going to lose the Destiny. So let's roll out the Akbar. I want a focus, guys. Give me focus. Okay, 2 focus is perfect. Because Vader does not have his immobilize out yet. Alright, now I can immobilize whatever I do, so keeping both of these as blues is stupid. I think I do more damage if I focus and turn this to a 3 and this to a focus. So that way I can focus back anything that gets immobilized. I think that's the better strategy here. Although it's not very powerful against removal like isolation. Because Makashi training literally can't do anything against isolation. Ah, he's got 1/4 portion, which is a similar thing. Alright, well, that dealt with that. Makashi training to remove that melee dice, I guess. And he's gonna claim this turn. Okay, well he doesn't have Covert or whatever it was called. No, I have the high ground. High ground, that's what it's called. High ground. Alright, drawing 5 more. I have 14 cards left in my deck. And I no longer have high ground. That's a problem. I have Vibro Knife and hit and run. So that's cool. Gonna immediately be able to mill me for 2 though, so that changes whatever happens this turn heavily. 1 with the force and high ground, I don't mind losing those. So let's Vibro Knife for 2. Play hit and run right here. And now I still have 1 action left after this. And let's spend that action rolling out Luke. And my rolls have not been great though, I will say that. Not been great at all. No melee, really, whatsoever. And he gets to feel your anger on it. And none of these other dice can activate off of melee. So that's just great. That's just absolutely fantastic. Don't know why I re-rolled the Makashi training. But all of my dice is gone. And I got milled that turn. And I've done basically nothing. All of this to make up for the very large amount of damage I did in the first turn. So this is not going well at all this turn. There's so much control in his deck. Makes it very powerful against the decks that don't run. Okay, overconfidence goes. Makes it very powerful against decks that run a very small amount of dice, really, that work, like range die damage and melee damage. So Luke SkyBar decks SkyBar decks, for example. A lot of other types of decks as well. Surely he's got Crime Lord in that deck as well, maybe. I don't know. Okay, there's my rocket launchers, but those aren't very useful here. This will disrupt me immediately if he wished. And he does do so. So there goes my potential vibro knife play or any of my rocket launch plays or anything like that. So, yep, let's roll out the Luke. There's just way too much control in his deck here. But this, there we go, there's some more plus sides. Two shields, double blank. Okay, well, he can still immobilize anything I play here. Resources. So many resources. Electroshock. Removes a Luke die. Discard a rocket launcher. Reroll everything that isn't a melee side. 2 damage there, but that's the only melee damage showing, so he can immobilize it, or just remove it. How am I supposed to beat this deck is the question. Just so much. So much removal. Okay, even if I get damage here, that is incredible. Okay, well, even if I get damage here, which is 10, I still can't kill him. Let's remove the other rocket launcher. And reroll these 3. Alright, there's a 1 melee right there, but in order to... Well, I can't really kill Java with it, because if I do so, then I lose out on the pluses. Don't know why I paid Force Illusion for that, though. But okay, sure. So let's resolve 5 into the Vader there. Yeah, I don't know exactly... 5. No, it was 4. He was 4. He's right. But Force Illusion doesn't block Vibro Knife, because Vibro Knife is unblockable, specifically. This guy into reroll here, okay. Then I get to actually remove the last card in his hand and activate SkyBar, which is a nice 2 damage there, so I'm surprised he let me do that. And I'll be able to keep my hand. So he's going to claim. And I'm going to keep my hand just so that I don't outmill myself, because I'm down to 7 cards. Luke SkyBar, Luke Skywalker. Yeah, Luke Skywalker specifically is pretty weak to mill, especially mill that have an overwhelming amount of dice in the hand. That have an overwhelming amount of mill sides with their blackmails and stuff. Focus and a resource. Gonna reroll the resource. Gets a blank. Well, I guess he can resolve the focus to 2 mill side. 2 mill side. Okay, well I can get the other vibro knife out now, which means I'm actually going to have a lot of melee sides and can actually do damage this time. So that will be very, very nice, you know? Of course, I don't roll any of this melee damage, but I'm glad to have had it. And then I lose the defense position and the high ground. Don't have, melee damage, so that's fine. I'll roll out the Luke, sure. He has so many resources right now that whether I roll him now or later makes no difference. Okay, that's 6 right there. Vader, 8 damage is enough to kill Vader, so yep, he does that. Which works out just fine for him. I will focus into the 2 focus, and then focus that into the 3 and the 1. Which kills both of them, if he doesn't have anything for this. It would surprise me if he doesn't have anything for this, considering how often he has removal. But if he doesn't, this is amazing. Because this is game if he doesn't have... Okay, he has the quarter portion. Alright, I get a resource out of that, so that's nice, I guess. 2, 3, 5, 6 doesn't kill off Vader, but it puts him at 1 HP, and I will take it. He lives with 1. I did 6. Alright, so he's going to put blackmail on immobilize and the Holocron. There you go. Okay, so he's going to put that blackmail on Vader, which is surprising because I would have put that on Jabba because of the fast hands, but you know. Yeah, I'll just claim. 6 cards left. Did I use Luke to? I didn't use Luke to. Whoops. Yeah. Well, he's not going to be able to roll any more mills, so it doesn't necessarily matter so much. But I need to remember to roll out Luke properly. Use Luke. So yeah, take a resource. Okay. Remove that there. And of course, you can't discard last card from his hand because then both characters die from Akbar. Well, one of them would die from Akbar and then the other one very short-lived. Alright, and I'm now drawing my allies the force for the damage, for the kills. So, start by rolling out the Akbar. Viro Knife is great. Oops. Should do. Yep. Okay, 1 damage to each. Can you stop that? Resolve it into the Vader. And then resolve it into the Jabba for the game. Can't. Vibro Knife is unlockable. GG. Alright, so game 2 I won. I felt so annoyed there with all of that removal. Maybe keep... Yep. Maybe keep high ground, but also have isolation. And also... But that's probably overkill. Alright, SoR, SkyBar, let's go. I'm removing that because that just annoyed me. Alright, I'm glad I can get out the dice to actually overpower this. I needed those vibro knife though. Those vibro knives. I needed them very, very badly. Just for the melee size, right? I swapped out Ray Staff for those. So I needed those. Alright, Makashi training is decent. The rest I'm just gonna discard straight up. Even though I know he likes to play my battlefield most of the time, it's not worth the risk. Oh, did I just draw basically the same thing? Pretty much, yeah. Well then. 3 to his 3. Well, reroll. 3 dice lineups. I win! And I'm choosing my battlefield again. To give him the shields. Because I want to go first, you know? Let's first action roll out Luke, draw my card, see what I get, see how this goes. I got high ground, interesting. Okay, both rolled resources. Well, I can take those for the lightsaber here. Can't guard though, but I can take those for the lightsaber. Alright, let's defensive position those. He's gonna be able to claim off of this, basically, but oh well. I can claim the 2 resources. Alright, I can take the 2 resources, get the lightsaber out on Akbar, but maybe I can roll out. But I don't think rolling out the lightsaber, an extra rollout is worth it on the very slim chance that Akbar can roll the 2 focus. But then again, I like to just take resources early on Luke anyway to get out the damage early anyway, so. G.I. Joe, the more you know. Alright, let's get out this lightsaber. 3. Don't have any way to high ground, but honestly, Vader's... I don't care about Vader's stuff. Let's roll out Akbar just in case I get some damage. It's worth the attempt. And who knows, maybe I get 2 resources. I got 1 resource. I'll take it. Yep, he's going to claim. She's going to allow me to discard to re-roll this. See if I get a second resource. Nope. Do I discard the Makashi training? I don't, because he's a mill deck. So let's draw 4. Okay, my Eyes the Force, Guard, Destiny. Not getting cards I can use Destiny with, mind you, but oh well. I can play Makashi training just fine. Okay, Fast Hands comes out on Java, so can't expect my turns to do anything necessarily perfect this time anymore. Let's discard the Guard because he can always Fast Hands. Let's roll out the 3 melee right there. He's got the damage he can do here. He can do damage, definitely. Alright, 2 in the +2. I would accept to just take that if I could, so of course he's going to be able to electroshock it. Let's, I don't want to hit and run this. Let's just roll out the Akbar here. It would potentially allow for a hit and run all-in combo, which would have been amazing, but I had such a small chance of actually getting it, and I'd rather have used them for rerolls, because I don't have much cards left here. Lost the hit and run and the all-in. That is unfortunate. Well, I can Destiny my Eyes the Force if I wanted to, but that would be a waste. Let's instead reroll all of these dice. A decent chance of getting melee. Wow, I did just get good melee there, but of course he has the counter to that. Yep. But this allows me to then discard a card to reroll once more. And I got a double focus, so that's nice. Here comes the second Force Choke die. I'm going to assume he doesn't. If he doesn't have removal, focusing to the melee is the best choice. He's already used a doubt, so I think it's worth it to try. He doesn't have disrupt on the field, so. And if he did use removal, of course, then I'd still be able to do 2 damage. Let's do the 5 into the Java. Force Choke is terrifying, I will admit. Maybe I should be going in for the Vader instead here. But so is Fast Hands with all the mill. How many am I on? 14. Yep. Alright, using up every single card every turn, so that's not great. It's already going to start forcing me to discard. Guess 2 mill sides, which is scary all on its own here. Let's roll out the Luke, draw a card, because I'm forced to. I'd rather not draw the card, honestly, but forced to. 6 damage. That's good damage right there. 9 damage with my Eyes the Force if he doesn't have anything to deal with this. So he's going to overconfidence both of them. And suddenly that went from great to terrible. Reroll 2 dice, after all. So, not great at all. What do I want to do here? Can just straight up roll out the Akbar, try and my Eyes the Force something later, but it's not likely to happen. Did just roll the 3 melee, but can't do anything with it because of the disrupt actually. So, but I can Destiny. I can Destiny that. So, I think that's what I'll do. I will Destiny. I will remove this, and I will remove the Luke die or this die. I'll remove this die because there's very little I can do with it to play a one with the Force, which is nice. That's a good Destiny. That was good Destiny right there. Friends in low places. He can't discard anything. But he knows what I've got. It's worth keeping around after all. If I discard something, he will be able to mill the other 2. Let's just do the 1 damage here. See if I can keep the My Eyes the Force, because if I can keep the My Eyes the Force, I won't discard to re-roll this stuff. Force him to use up another Java die, I guess. Both disrupts. Gets a free reroll on the Java side. And he rolls a blank. Okay. Discard the deflect. Alright, even though I now have one with the force, and that would be great for it. Still not gets what he wants. It's going to disrupt, and that'll be his turn most probably. Oh, he's going to play a force illusion. Fair enough. He's going to take the 2 because he's going to overwrite with a force push for 1. Okay. Both of us think that's okay. Like force choke and force push. Force push is a slightly better version of force choke, after all. Down to just 9 cards though. There's premonitions, yay. I do have a defensive position now, so that's nice. Let's, do I play the Vibro Knife here? Playing the Vibro Knife, I can't my eyes to force something. Don't think it's worth it just to get the unblockable for the force. For the force illusion right away. 3, 1, 3, okay. He's got the other deflect. Of course he drew the other deflect. Because why wouldn't he? I can my eyes the force for 5, for 6, should I say, on the Vader right now. Is that worth it? Is that really worth it? Because if I do that, I can't defensive position potentially. I think I have an extra turn to roll out Akbar here. I'm gonna go for the Vader first, so yeah. The 3 for a resource, okay. Well, I can't use that with the My Eyes the Force, unfortunately. And if he gets disrupt, he's absolutely going to resolve it. Does not get to resolve it. Focus it to the 2 discard. Okay, if he focuses that to the 2 discard, I can always defense position once, but I think I'll just take 1 resource and then be able to just do 9 to the Vader, which doesn't even kill him though. If I take both resources, I will be able to defensive position as well, potentially. So don't lose the My Eyes the Force. Oh! Sad face, sad face. Alright, let's just resolve the 6 into the Vader. Problem is, Premonitions uses up cards in my hand. Oh, right, yeah, paid 1. Force me to discard. I'll discard the one with the Force. I have to stop all the milling, but I can stop all the milling anyway by premonitioning a Vibro Knife. I can premonitions a Vibro Knife, and that stops the milling in the same way. I will premonitions a Vibro Knife. That stops the milling. Yeah, same way as the other. It stops the milling. How often can I repeat myself, guys? It stops the milling. It's supposed to be discarding as well, not milling. Milling refers to the top of the deck instead. He gets the Sith Holocron, put something else on. Another Force Push. Oof. This is why you force Holocron, Sith Holocron the Jabba though, really. Let's be honest. Shield, 3 shields. Okay, well, that's... I'm gonna pay 1. Take it. Take my resource there. Because otherwise that's 3 damage I lose, so... Take that. Rolling out. I'm surprised he doesn't run no disintegrations in this deck. In that deck, I can premonitions out my vibro knife. Yay! I think that's what I'll do. Premonitions. Vibro knife, which has ambush, which allows me to roll out Luke. There's a rocket launcher. Cool. Two, a +1. Yeah, that's nowhere near enough, and I lost the 2. I can play a second lightsaber down, or I can just rocket launcher. I'll play the second lightsaber. Though actually, rocket launcher probably was the correct choice. The problem is lightsaber would be unblockable because of the vibro knife, right? All right, I can play out the Kashi training, but then I lose the ability to not pay for the mill side. The rocket launcher would have been great, actually, thinking about it because of the damage, sheer amount of damage I do. But let's roll out the SkyBar here. Not in too much danger of getting all my cards milled. That's 6 damage. That's 6, so that would be 7 damage, which is definitely enough to kill him if I had the resources, which I don't, but I do if once I resolve that. Oh no, but if I resolve that, he then actually gets to use up the blackmail dice. So that's annoying. Let's pop off the one ranged. He's holding me to ransom with this one with the force so long as he's got that die out. But I'm holding his blackmail to ransom, which prevents the mill. 2 cards left in my deck. I can't afford to get milled out. Let's do it. But when I discard 1 card here, then I can get milled out. Blank ++. Ugh. Just gonna get milled out, aren't I? Once more. Does he resolve? Nah, okay. I'll discard and I will re-roll these 3 dice. Come on, damn it. Okay, there's melee there, but he can always remove it, right? If he can't remove it, this is huge. If he can remove it, that's typical. Oh, no blanks. Oh, he can't remove it. He can't remove it, guys. All right, well, let's just absolutely annihilate this guy, right? Vader's dead. No contest. He loses the force pushes and the blackmails. But he only needs a fast hands job to win. If he discards a card to reroll, I can use up the vibro knife. Okay. So let's have the vibro knife. Mills out the other force. Isolate. Force illusion. Now there was the argument that I should have killed the Jabba because of the force illusion, but hit and runs there. Jabba doesn't have the damage. I don't have the damage to kill off of the Jabba though, really, because I need the vibro knife die out. So I need the vibro knife die out. Wallen's really not getting much use, which is surprising considering. Where did my Luke die? Ah, there it was. Wallen's not very much use, which surprises me. Yeah, I did remove some of the focus, but That dice isn't quite perfect with the ground, but it's close enough. Alright, gets to roll out the Java and resolve the fast hands for the game if you wanted to. It's a double mill. Then he has the focus for the final side. I can do 5 so far. 5 is not enough to kill. But he can't, he has to focus into the mill side. He can't just activate Vader for the end here. That's a 3. That's game if he can't deal with it. Feel your anger! No! You should have feeled your anger to remove the vibro knife die, actually. But still, feel your anger. I hate you. Okay, that's enough to kill him again. But if he doesn't deal with this, it's game over for me. Why couldn't you have gone into focus sides? Yeah. Did not roll any did I roll any focus sides all this match? I think I rolled like 1 or 2 at the start of the game. But I've removed cards like Promotion, so Akbar does not have much chance of actually starting a focus chain. But I still think All-In's worth it because of 1 in the Force, right? So, it's that game. GG. Very, very close. Yeah. You could have won if you had removed the vibro knife die instead. Yeah. There was basically no chance of me winning if you removed vibro. It was guaranteed loss though, because of focus into discard. Yep. That is a terrifying deck. Normally, I'd say to use Dooku instead of Vader, but the 1 turn quicker discard actually makes a difference with how much discard sides you have. Like the ability to discard 2 with Vader with Jabba fast hands and then activate Vader is a huge difference because you don't have to activate the Dooku and then focus and then resolve the Dooku discards and But at the same time, if you did play Dooku, you wouldn't have to play cards like Blackmail. So, but at the same time, you wouldn't have to play upgrades like Blackmail if you had a Dooku. So there's good and bad things about it. But that's an absolutely terrifying deck, right? Just so much. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Sith Hawk, 7 Force Illusion, maybe. So 14 discard, 15 because of the 1 portion. Half portion, right? 4 portions. 15 of his 30 cards is just dice removal, and then he's got the force pushes and immobilizers for more of it. So that's absolutely terrifying of a deck. It really makes me want to pick one of those up myself. I didn't think that just adding 1/4 portion would change the deck so heavily, but it really does. See ya. GG's. Well played. Meanwhile, it's been me, Games99, aka No Brainer, playing Luke Akbar against a mill deck, and Luke Akbar usually gets wrecked by mill decks, so that was interesting. I was able to ramp a little bit with Destiny one with the Force. It dealt a little bit better, but I'm thinking maybe I need some more focuses for Akbar. But then again, we just saw just how much more you can have for how much more removal you can have, dice removal you can have, and those Makashi trainings are worthless once you remove the Luke dice, basically. Which almost tempts me to play Ray staff instead of Makashi training. But I think Makashi training's action to remove a melee side just gives it a slight edge against decks like Vader Raider and stuff. I need to be able to do that. So it's been me, Gimside99, aka No Brainer. Kind of surprised at how well the Luke Akbar deck did. Have to play it against other decks. Signing out.